Hey guys, now that Asura has come out on global and I've shown like 5 or something different ways to kill her, it's time to start looking forward to the next trial due to come to global, which is going to be the Iron Giant Extreme Scorn of. Whatever, their naming is weird. It's the new version of Iron Giant, version 3. So overall, if you've done the Chimera trial, the Behemoth trial, and the Asura trial, those have all been very challenging trials. Now we're moving backwards. We're going to a super easy trial. Some of you, this may be like, a breath of fresh air, back to the easy version of trials. For me, I'm disappointed. I like the hard trials. But, either which way, it is an easy trial. So we're going to be previewing it with this team. So some things you want for this trial are... there's lots of ways to do it, and you don't require any of this, but just for like the easiest way to do an already easy trial, it's going to be magical cover with an evasion provoker and double mirage. That's going to negate basically all the damage from this fight. So the only thing we've really got to worry about is the mana drain, and we'll deal with that as we go. So here's the team we're going to use. We're going to use Savior Lightning. She's due to come on global pretty soon. We don't have confirmation of that, but she should be within the next few weeks at the most. We're going to use her as a support unit. Mostly, she's going to be our breaker, and her limit burst is a 90% spirit break, and because this boss is weak to magic damage, that's going to be a really big damage boost. We're going to use Renora for double mirage, and that's pretty much it. Double mirage, that's all he does. We're going to use Tidus. Now, this is the old version of Tidus, the 7-star. He was upgraded in the JP to make him a lot better of a support unit. Now, this is probably not coming to global anytime soon. This is probably, at least 2 months away if I had to estimate. So Tidus is not going to be available, but I figured I'd show him because it is cool that they're upgrading old units. We're going to use him. Now, he could be replaced with Summerfina and Lid, the Neo Vision's Awakening. His really only big duty here is... imbuing water, imperiling water, and amplifying water. So Fid does all of that. You could bring Fid instead. I'm bringing Tidus because he's cooler. And he's going to also be our evasion provoke tank. We're going to be using Summerfina and Daisy as our magical cover tank. I mean, you know what she does. She covers magic at the end. And then we're going to bring Neovision's Lasswell. I never really use him too often. He's honestly not that good of a unit, if we're going to be completely honest here. But this is a really easy trial, so the best way to showcase a bad unit is to use an easy fight that they can handle. So we're going to use Neovision's Lasswell. It's also good because he won't, like, if I use, like, Luna Freya, she would one-shot the trial. I actually already showed a video of Luna Freya one-shotting this fight. But this allows us to go through the fight slowly and see all the mechanics. So we geared him for 4,600 magic, and he's got maxed out Human Killer. So there we go. And then Phasey is going to be base form, auto buff, shift form, or base form, whatever, just high spirit, high hit points, and we gave her some auto healings. We don't really need to bother with healing. Tidus, full evasion, lots of mana regen, lots of LB fills, so he can entrust every now and then. Renora, just a lot of mana fill, etc. And then Savior Lightning is going to shift on turn 1, some auto buffs in the base form. Shift form, lots of limit fill, so we can get her LB as often as possible. So this boss, by the way, is only weak to lightning and water magical damage. You can use other stuff. You can imperil like fire, and you can use physical if you want to. You're just gonna do way less damage. This is similar to the Demon Chimera, in that you really want to stick to just mages of either water or thunder. So on global, Ibarra, great choice. The new mage Shuyi, great choice. Faisalis could do it, not as good because she can't do water every turn. And by the way, here is Zero Dozer, base form, built me one. Doesn't really care, some auto buffing, we're not using it though. Shift form's what we care about. He's got 4,400 magic, and I think he has maxed out killers. He does, outstanding. Alright, so this trial is, like I said, it's really easy. It's overall very similar to the older version of the Iron Giant trial. So on turn 1, we're going to just shift our last balls right away. We're going to be shifting a lot of units right away on turn 1. So we're going to shift them. We're going to shift Phasey. Everyone's getting shifted today. We're going to shift, literally all the Neovision shift to the other form on turn 1. Okay, so turn 1, we're going to just use Lightning to break and just do some hits to get some crystals. So we're going to break and then get some crystal drops. Renora will do a mitigation, and a double mirage. Let's see, Tidus on turn 1 is going to imperil the boss to water, buff our stats by 250%, and we're going to imbue and amplify the team's water damage. And then FaZe will put up a magic mitigation and an LB fill, and we're going to start just chaining on the boss. So the boss can only be broken to magic and spirit. You cannot break his attack or his defense, which is a big reason why physical damage dealers are just not good here, because you can't break defense. And we will chain Lasswell 4 times. So we're currently imbued to water, we imperil the boss to water and all that. We don't have the good spirit break up yet, we'll do that next turn with lightning. And we'll do a lot more damage next turn. Oh my, Lasswell, your damage is so bad. Lunar Freya literally one-shots this fight, and Lasswell did 8%. But that's actually a good thing. It allows us to see the mechanics. Here we go. So, let's see here. What are we doing now? We need to do a healing. Let's do a heal with this. Lightning can now do her LB for a better spirit break. So the damage will go up quite a bit now. We'll also do an LB with Tidus that puts a 135 in peril. And let's go ahead and wait for this to finish. Let's go ahead and chain a little bit. So damage should be increased. We did 8% last turn. Yeah, so Neovision's Lightning, as you can see, that Spirit Break is a tremendous power boost. It's a 90% Spirit Break, especially in a boss like this that has no stat passes. We did 8% turn 1, then we did 14%. We almost doubled our damage by using Lightning's better break. So we will do this, and some buffs with, what's your dude's name? Renora. So there's the Mirage attack. Some evasion stuff. The meteor, the boss does basically no damage, as you can see. So the boss he's going to buff himself every now and then, and when he does, we're going to use Tidus to perfect dispel the boss. We have 2 turns until that's needed. Let's go ahead and just keep up that good spirit break. The bad news with Lightning's break is it only lasts like 2 turns or something, so it's pretty irritating for that. But if you cast it every now and then, it keeps it up. Oh yeah, damage is way increased with that Spirit Break. So FaZe, we don't need this buff yet. We don't want to provoke with FaZe because I don't want to override the provoke, the passive provoke of Tidus, because she's not evading. I guess we'll fill LB here, and for mana regen, and we don't really need anything else. We'll do a better Spirit buff for herself, not like she really needs it. You saw the damage she took, it was basically 0. We're going to start taking some bigger hits, so we're going to start using some bigger mitigations with Renora. You know what I should have done is use Lightning's, or FaZe's LB for better general mitigation. I didn't think of it. Yeah, the Tidus is getting hit pretty hard. He's actually not geared in much defense. I should have geared him in more defense now that I think about it, but it's okay. So we will... Oh, no wonder, the mitigation wore off. That's why we're taking so much damage. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's have Tidus... How long does that Imperil last? 1 more turn. I guess we'll do... Yeah, we'll do this. Let's have FaZe... We're going to start getting mana drained as well. Let's have FaZe do... we kind of need magic mitigation. No, we don't, actually. Let's go ahead and just FaZe do some healing. Lightning... Let's see. We don't need... much from you right now. We don't want to provoke with you either. I almost provoked by accident. That would have been bad. We'll just do this. Let's go ahead and wait for this to finish. And let's go ahead and chain. You know what I should have done is put lightning on Golem. Alright, so below 50, the boss is going to start buffing pretty often. Alright, so there's the attacks. And we're starting getting mana drain as well. You see the mana drain? Ooh, really irritating. Big irritation with the mana drains. But we're going to be okay. So here's the boss's buff. Now you can dispel the boss and re-break, but we're using Tidus, which is... I guess Tidus is kind of power creep for this. We really shouldn't be using him because he's kind of overpowered for this. We're going to perfect dispel the boss. He can do that every single turn. It's really powerful. So we're going to perfect dispel the boss and stat buff. So we removed all the buffs but kept all our debuffs intact, and we're going to go ahead and LB again for the perfect or the 90% spirit break, and we're gonna do some mitigations. Let's see, Phasey, we're going to do... I'm not sure when we last covered with Phasey, so we're going to cover... And we're going to put up a magic mitigation, so the... what's it called? So the mana drain does less. So the boss is going to mana drain us every single turn. It's a little bit of a problem, and we don't have a good source of mana regen on this team. I probably should have used Phasey to mana refill last turn, but I didn't. Alright, so you see the boss buffs almost every turn. We're going to use Tidus. We're going to cheat and get rid of those buffs. Goodbye, buffs. And let's do some mana regen with Tidus as well. And it's a perfect dispel. Tidus is so good for this. He's just so good, period, after his upgrades. Do we need healing? We don't need healing. We do need mana regen, and I guess we need... No, we don't need that. I guess we'll put up cover for now. Let's see, Renora, we need double Mirage. Let's go ahead and do double Mirage, and... Mitigations, Lightning, we need to put up a better break again, so we'll do that. We'll just reload the Lasswells. So overall, this trial, as you can see, is really easy. We are using Neovision's Lasswell, who is not good damage for this, but it's still working out totally fine. Now, if we were using, like, Ibarra, Shu Yi, Physalis, we'd be doing a lot better. Mana drain is kind of a problem. The rest of the team is geared in really high mana regen, because, they're not DPS, they can do that. But our Lasswells are slowly running out of mana, but we're good for now. Let's go ahead and do double Mirage again, and I don't even know what this does, but we're going to cast it anyway. I guess Lightning can LB again. Tidus, we need to dispel the boss. The boss did not buff this turn, so we're going to use Tidus to do a 135 Water Imperil. And I guess we'll use Phasey to put up a better general mitigation with her LB. And we'll go ahead and chain. We might even kill the boss here, potentially. No, we didn't. Okay, so we're going to kill him next turn, I guess. And then the fixed attack, we're double miraging, lose some mana, not a problem. And the boss put up his buffs again. We'll perfect dispel with Tidus. Let's go ahead and perfect dispel. Let's go ahead and buff the team, re-imbue the team, re-imperil the boss, etc., etc. And what are the missions again for this trial? We got to win in 15 turns. I mean, we did it. We did it in 8 turns with Neovision's Lasswell. So, like, this trial is really, really easy. But you've got to use Thunder or you've got to use Water Mages to get the good damage. And the boss is very highly resistant to all elements except Water and Thunder. And he has extremely high defense that you cannot break. So you need to use a good magical damage dealer to get this trial within the turn limit. But there we go. There was a preview on the Iron Giant Extreme, I guess the 4th version almost. It's still overall a very, very easy trial. So double Mirage, Magic Cover, Evasion Provoker, and a way to deal with the mana drain and a way to deal with the boss's buffs. And you'll be good to go. Alright, there is that preview, and we'll preview the Sandworm trial pretty soon, because that's also coming out to Global very soon. So, see you guys next time.